Hello, everybody. Kelly Atchison coming to you live from Menasha, Wisconsin. I'm so happy to be here with you tonight. I'm so happy to be back from my amazing camping trip. I feel a little sun-kissed, and I don't know if you would exactly call our camping trip relaxing, but I did get to relax. Two little kids camping, it's a lot of fun. That's what it is. Oh, I see we have Deb and Christine and Mickey and Cynthia, and Wendy is here from Smoky, Minnesota. Wendy, it is really smoky here too today. Very hazy. When I went outside today, it was like smelled like somebody was burning a campfire. I felt like I was still camping. Thank you so much for the share, Carol. I so appreciate it. We've got Patricia and Marva and Bonnie and Sonia and Diana and Lola. Cheryl is here, 92 degrees in Windsor, Colorado. Yikes. It was really nice here today. Not too humid, but it is getting a little more humid. Elaine is here and Sharon. Oh my gosh, so many of you popping in. Thank you so much. I am on a weird date, right? I'm usually on Sunday night and today is Monday night. But after we tore down the camper and took it back to South Park, for those of you that might be new, we have a little piece of property about 6 or 7 miles down the road from where we took the camper to camp all week. And that's where we keep the camper. Well, once we got it back and got it set back in place, then I had to pull out all the bedding, all the towels, empty out the refrigerator, let that dry, make sure everything's turned off. And I've got so much laundry with all that bedding. Oh my gosh, it's just a lot. But I only have 2 comforters left, and I think I'm going to take those to the laundromat maybe this week sometime. I know that Steve doesn't want them laying in the middle of the kitchen floor much longer. He's kind of a bit of a neat freak, kind of. And of course, I don't want 2 big comforters laying in the middle of my kitchen floor either, but I really don't feel like going to the laundromat, so there's that, right? He told me today that he got the cover off the boat, got all the coolers emptied out, and got the boat vacuumed. And then, you want to hear something funny? Probably shouldn't tell anybody this, but as soon as I got home last night, he goes, "Come over here and look at this." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, what's going on?" And he said, "Oh, I backed the boat into the garage." There's a little dent in the molding of the big overhead door. Like, I said, "Well, you know what? If our garage is good enough for my dad to back his semi into it, it's good enough for you to back our boat into it." Whatever, right? You can't sweat the small stuff. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so there's a little dent in the garage, but I'm sure it won't be the last one, right? My dad, we got our garage all sided. And my dad backed his semi in the back when my mom and dad came to visit many years ago. And he put 2 rivets in the siding when he got just a tad bit too close. And I thought Steve was going to be like, "Oh my gosh." And he was like, whatever. So, whew, right? So I couldn't say too much to him about that either. What else happened? So after I got the camper all undone, and swept it and cleaned it and got everything put away, I went over to visit my mom, and I spent several hours over there last night before I drove home. So I didn't get home till 8 o'clock last night. It was just a really long day. Yeah. Who said that? Patricia said, "Well, it is christened." Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So I decided, I don't know when I posted, but I decided that I wasn't going to be coming home early to be live last night. So here I am tonight, and I think that works out okay because Dina is on a amazing little trip with her son Carl, and it looks like they're having a blast. Mary Lynn wants to know how my mom is doing. She's not doing well, so I think I'll be spending quite a bit more time over there. But they they hospice came in and gave her an oxygen machine, which really perked her up. Like she was back to being all sassy and smiling. Her color was back. And then she had a couple bad days where she just is running a fever. And then today she said her fever broke. She woke up sweating like crazy and was feeling much better, but still sweating. So yeah, she hasn't been doing that good. But thank you guys for your thoughts and prayers and asking. And yeah, makes me sad too, Patricia. Diana, sorry. Cynthia says a truck hit my car coming home from New York. It only had 940 miles on it. Oh my gosh, that makes me crazy. I am so sorry. That is rough. I have to tell you a little funny. My granddaughter Andy was watering our flowers and taking care of the cats and mail while we were gone. And she came over today to tell me about her weekend. They went to her and some friends and a dad went to Lollapalooza, which is a big musical festival in downtown Chicago. And they had such a wonderful time. And before she went, she was driving down a very busy road. And she said the traffic was just moving so fast. And she turned onto Jenny Street, which is just a little residential side street to get off that road to go home to her dad's house. And when she turned, she was going too fast and she hit the curb on the other side of the road and smacked her car up pretty good, dented her rim, and I don't know what else she did, but we'll find out when she gets it back. So she's driving her other grandma's car right now. And I said, well, I bet you won't do that again. And she goes, nope, I sure won't. She goes, Granny, the traffic was just going so fast that I felt like she felt like she couldn't slow down to make that turn. So she just whipped around there and it didn't work out. Live and learn, right? That's how we learn things. And I'm just glad nobody was hurt. And it doesn't sound like her car was too terrible, but it had to go in to get fixed. So I don't know. Anywho, what else happened? Our camper had some issues, it was kind of amusing, but not, I don't know. I think I'm going to end up getting a new camper, but it's leaking. So that's not good. And it's leaking from several places. We knew that the slide out leaked when it rained, but when I was laying in bed, I noticed bubbles on the ceiling. Steve said water was coming in the side window in the bedroom. And yeah, that's when things really start to go to where, right? And then when we got to the campsite and turned the water on, water was spraying out of the hose on the back of the toilet. Oh, so shut the water off right away and got that cleaned up. And Steve took a look at it. And, he is very, very handy, like very handy. And there's no shut off valve for the toilet. Like there should be a valve on the wall. You can shut the water off to the toilet for this exact thing. And there isn't one. So he thought about it and then he went, He went in the garage at South Park and got a 9mm shell casing from his gun. And he stuffed that into the water hose on the back of the toilet, turned the water on, no more leaking. It was like that all week. Who thinks of this crazy stuff? I was like, you are a genius, right? Just so insane. Like, why would you go to a shell casing? Well, because he's a man and he knows things. That was pretty funny. And oh my gosh, Melanie just finished the 4-day drive from Wisconsin to Arizona by herself. Good grief, girl. That's a long ways by yourself. Did you have dogs with you? I think you have dogs, don't you? I hope everything went okay and you didn't hit any curbs or have any water leaks. What else happened? The handle on the inside of the bathroom door fell off last year. So you got to keep the handle handy because if you close the door all the way, you got to be able to get out. You need to put the handle in there to get out. So we got that going on. The oven doesn't work, but I don't know if the oven ever worked. We cooked taco hot dish over the campfire and that worked great. So that was okay. Yeah, Becky, plumbers do cost a lot of money, and I happen to be married to a retired steam fitter. Now, he's not a plumber, but it's pretty close. And I do rely on him for those things and electrical work and fixing all the things and all the things. Well, then, you guys, maybe this is too much information, but our septic wouldn't drain. We have a campsite that has water, electric, and a septic hookup, and our toilet wouldn't drain. So that was clogged. Like, and I told Steve, I'm like, toilet's not draining. He's like, no, I just drained it yesterday. I'm like, no, it is full. And he's like, I wonder what's going on with that. I'm like, I don't know, but we're taking the kids to the lake, to the beach for the day. So maybe you can figure that out. And we left. So what he did was he took a hose that is like a real skinny hose. So it's got a lot of like, I don't know, velocity. The water comes out really hard and fast because the hose is really little. He took a hose and stuffed it into the toilet and blasted. Came out. I'm like, how did you even know to do that? Like, how do you know these things? Because I would have thought that when you put more into a full tank, it would have come blasting out, right? But nope, it fixed it. I don't know. He's a pretty smart man. Yeah, Patricia says her husband drives her crazy because he can fix everything, but that's good. Unless it's stuff he shouldn't be fixing, like roof things and stuff like that, right? Because that's a little scary. So anyways, what else happened on our camping trip? The kids did really good. Nobody got hurt really bad. I did fall out of the camper door. Like when Steve was getting ready to work on the toilet, he had the bathroom door open. We have 2 doors on our camper. And so I walked up the steps and just stuck my face in there to see what was going on. I didn't see anything. So instead of turning around and going out that door, I backed out of it, not remembering that part of the camper was there's an incline. There's like a hill there. So when I stepped off that last step backwards, my ankle rolled a little bit and I knew I was going to fall. Like, it's like, yep, I'm falling. And rather than brace myself, because that's kind of how you usually really get hurt, I just let myself fall backwards, split right on the ground. And then I just laid there and I'm thinking in my head, is everything okay? I don't feel anything. My ankle hurts a little bit, but I did just kind of roll it. I'm like, I think I'm okay. Well, at that time, Haley saw it happen. She's like, Mom, are you okay? And then Jared's like, what happened? And he comes running over. And Steve is coming around the back of the camper to come back in the bathroom. And he's like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And I just laid there and I'm like, I'm okay. I'm fine. It was so funny. But yeah, there were 3 trees right around my head, like this far from my head where I landed. 3 trees were right there. So I was really lucky I didn't bash my head, but I was fine. Anyways, it was kind of funny. Then everybody made fun of me and said, oh, she looked like a turtle on her back. But I really didn't get hurt. So yeah, I'm glad you had a safe journey, Melanie, because that's just a really long way. Yeah. Melanie says she needs her husband to be a great fixer with this old cabin he is set on buying. Yeah, you need to be a fixer when you're buying old stuff. Our house is 125 years old, and the only thing I won't let Steve do is paint because he's not good at it. He lets the drips sit there, makes me crazy. And one time we had a discussion about it, and he said, this isn't the Taj Mahal. And I said, well, it's not a dump either. So I won. He doesn't paint. I like to paint. I mean, I don't mind it. So yeah. Anyways, one tiny little funny thing. Well, Elsa the kite is up in the trees on the way out of the park. So that happened. That was a big traumatic thing. But Valerie and Dawson made tons of friends. These other kids have been coming to the campground as long as we have every year. And now they're all kind of old enough to play. And so they had tons of friends. There were like 6 other kids there that were a little bit older than them, but they were super good and friendly, and they all played baseball and all the games. Valerie's riding her bike out on the campground road right by our camper. And all of a sudden, blood curdling screams, just like, "Wah!" And we're all like, what's happening? We look at her and she is coming off that bike and goes up and stands right on the seat with both feet standing tall as could be, screaming bloody murder. Here, a daddy long leg climbed up her leg, and she saw it as she was on her bike sitting down, climbed up her leg, went right up her body and sat on her head, and she flipped the lid. Yeah, I felt really bad for her, but it was super funny, let's be real. So then I had a talk with her about daddy long legs, and there are a lot of daddy long legs at this campground. We had them last year too. But then we went to this lake. We went to an old iron mine that is now a big lake, and they do scuba diving there. There's no boats or anything allowed on it, but it's got a beautiful beach. It's Wazee Lake for those of you in the Black River-ish area, Hatfield camping. Wazee, W-A-Z-E-E, Wazee Lake. And it was just beautiful. First time I've ever been there, never even knew it existed. I'm from that area, so how weird is that? So we went to Wazee Lake for the day. That was really fun. Some good people watching there too. And we were leaving and we got everybody buckled in. I'm sitting here, Val's right behind me. Everybody's in, we're buckled. We're just ready. I've got it in reverse. We're going to back out of the parking spot to go back to the camper. Blood curdling screams again. There was a daddy long leg on Val's leg. She just lost it. She just lost it. And so I jumped out. I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going on? I jumped out and ran back there. And the daddy long leg, she flipped it off her leg and it was now climbing up her seat. And I just grabbed it by its little leg and put it outside, trying to tell her, like, daddy long legs are not bad spiders. It was so funny. So yeah, poor Val. I know. And I know a lot of people that just freak out at spiders. And fortunately, I don't have that issue. Oh, and we killed the vole, which is like a mouse that was in our camper because I left the bread on the counter and there was a hole in it after the first day. And I told Steve, I'm like, there is a mouse in here. He killed it. So that was gone. But yeah, so lots of fun camping, lots of funny situations. We went to the fair. There's like Jackson County Fair was in town. We went to the fair, rode the very best tilt-a-whirl that I've ever been on in my life. That bugger spun on every hill. Spun. It was so fun. Got to see all the animals, and that was cool. And went to visit my mom several times, my aunt and my uncle, and my aunt's sister, Carol, who's on my team, and then another one of her sisters, Shelby, who's on my team. Got to see all of them. Carol and her husband were shopping. We're camping also. But we missed the week. Like last year, we went a week earlier, and we booked it a week later this time and forgot to say, no, last year we went a week later and we booked it a week earlier and forgot to say anything to anybody, wasn't thinking, and they weren't able to book at the same time. So next year we got to get together and book at the same time. So we're all camping at the same time because my aunt and uncle's super fun. My other aunt and uncle came down. They drove their Corvette down, which is really fancy. It's an old one, but it's really nice. And then another day they drove their Harley down, and I wasn't there then, but Steve was. So lots of fun, lots of visitors. We went out on the boat several times. We went to a sandbar and just anchor the boat and jump in the lake. And the lake water was 84 degrees. It was fantastic. So really, really fun. Yeah, Trudy says that age does not like bugs. Nope, she's all done. And Susan said you could never bring Val to Australia. Creepy crawlies everywhere. I know, and your spiders are like this, right? I've seen those on TV. And you have the cassowaries. Is that what they're called? The cassowaries, those birds that'll kill you. No, thank you. But we have bears that'll kill us, so kind of same thing. And mountain lions, right? So thank you for tuning in. Did you guys see my video that I posted last Sunday? I did post a video last Sunday with some fantastic projects on it. I was able to get that done before I left, so that made me very happy. And I'm going to share, I'll show you what we made last week. You can find that on my blog anytime. And my blog address is in the top right-hand corner on the screen right now. Let me see if I can. Ticker. Let's see what a ticker does. There it is. There's my blog address, www.AStampAbove.com. You can go there and there's the video replays there, all the dimensions, more pictures. And then there's a complete product list, all the ink colors, the paper colors, the names of all the things in case you like, oh, I can't remember what she called those embellishments. You'll find all of that there too. So just so you know that. And I'm just looking at comments here to emus. No, I know what an emu is. Are you talking about the cassowaries? Those are emus? Really? Huh. Really? I saw a whole documentary on them. Oh, thank you, Wendy. Thank you so much. So I have a whole bunch of mail to share with you guys tonight. I'm excited about that. I have prizes to give away. So let's do that first. I have some of our fantastic purple adhesive backed sequins. Oh, love these so much. These are going out for comments that were left last week. And Terry Procida from Sacramento, California, winner, chicken dinner. You are going to get these in your mail. So you watch for your happy mail coming soon. Next up, for sharing this video. So please make sure if you're new to me that you leave a comment because you'll get entered to win fabulous prizes. And please share this video. There's someplace, should be under your screen. If you're on Facebook, it's on there, a share button. If you're on YouTube, there's a share button under the video. Whether you're watching live right now or the replay later, please share. That really helps me grow my business. Susan says about the cassowaries. Yep. Big, long neck, long-legged, gray, brown, feathered with they're non-flying birds. They run fast and peck at you, and they have huge claws, and they can kill you. That's another thing that's important to tell people. Stay away from the cassowaries. I was just talking about Australia today because we were watching The Outdoor Boys. It's on YouTube, and it's this man with his family, and he's got 3 little boys, and they just go do all kinds of stuff, and it's a video that the kids enjoy watching. And he was in Australia. And why did I bring that up? I can't remember. Oh, I know. We were talking. Woo! We were talking about, he was talking about Melbourne. And I said, oh, no. I know it's not Melbourne. It's Melbourne, right? Am I right about that, Susan? Melbourne. Oh, Susan said they don't kill you. Well, my documentary said that they can kill you with their giant big claws. So now I'm like, gosh, I think they can kill you. Anyways, for sharing the video, share my video. Thank you very much. I have a pack of in color markers, and all of these winners are coming from the last video. Jackie Unger, brand new in color markers are coming your way. Thank you to everybody who shared. Thank you so much for sharing, and watch for your happy mail. Yay! Next up, by the way, these were donated. Grateful Blessings also donated the stamp set. It is gently used. I see this one's just a little bit blue, but this was donated, and we so appreciate that. This is for placing an order. Everyone who places an order with me gets entered in a drawing to win fabulous prizes. Gail Krings of Coloma, Wisconsin. This little beauty will be on its way to you tomorrow. So congratulations, everybody. I love giving away prizes because Happy Mail is just amazing, right? It's just so fun to get Happy Mail in the mail. I have to find my Post-it notes here. Yeah. Hang on. I got to write myself a note. Okay. Share. Thank you for your patience. So all I had written on my little note here that I try to remember things to tell you about is Daddy Long Legs. And then Val said something today. Dawson was sitting next to her and she said, his feet just stink so bad. They smell like fried onions from the 90s. What? Fried onions from the 90s. So crazy, right? So that was kind of funny. Hang on, I'm going to go check out this video. And there we go. I hope that doesn't cause any problems. I just had to make some little adjustments here. Thank you so much. Thank you for the shares. Thank you for the thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if you're on Facebook. Give me a thumbs up if you're on YouTube. I always appreciate that. I think I said this already, but I have a lot of mail to share with you. Some really, they're all beautiful, right? Very cool cards, all of them. Tonight, I am going to kick off our stamping adventure because it's always an adventure. Cassowary is a completely different bird, much prettier feathers and long claws. Emus are very social, but they're not walking down the street. They're in the bush. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Where does she come up? I don't know, Judy. Where does Val come up with this stuff? I do not know, but it was super funny. She is such a funny kid. She went over to my aunt and uncle's, and my uncle came over a little while later, and I said, is Val okay? She latched on to his grandson, who is probably about 10 maybe. So is Val okay? Is Sawyer like annoyed by that? And he goes, oh no, Sawyer's having a great time with her. And then my uncle goes, you know, I sat down at the table and talked to her, and it's just like talking to a little adult. Like she can carry on a conversation. She's 5. And I said, I know, she's super smart. He goes, she is really smart and she's funny. Yep, she's funny. I don't know where she gets that from. She's a hoot. Okay, so we are going to kick this off with Perfectly Pears, which is one of my favorite sweets. It's an online exclusive product. I'm pretty sure. I don't have my little labels on here. I wonder why. Yeah, it has to be online exclusive. Online exclusives are only in our online store. So if you are a catalog person, totally get it. I got you. But if you want to see these online exclusives, go to the online store where you place your orders. And there's a category called online exclusives, and you'll be able to find all of them. They are amazing. Sherry, thank you so much. Yeah, so, here's what I should share with you also. Sherry says she has an awesome granny. Well, okay, but I took the kids to the dentist today. Haley came back from camping and was in training all day today. And she's like, I have a training tomorrow that she didn't really know about before she scheduled dentist appointments for Val and Dawson. So I took them to the dentist. And I thought, oh, that'll be fun. She goes, it is pretty fun. The kids were fabulous. Like they did everything they were told to do, no problems. And I got in big trouble. Because Dawson has a couple cavities and Val has a cavity. And I'm the big candy giver. So now I'm in some big hot water. And so we had to go to the grocery store and buy not candy for snacks. And I had to tell Haley and Jared that they have cavities. And it's probably all my fault because, I give them candy. Like, that's what grannies do, don't they? So I'm in major trouble, you guys. I forgot to turn on all my lights tonight. So I have to do that. Just give me a second here. I was having so much fun getting ready that I completely forgot about lighting. Okay, I'm getting all my stuff out here. I have another card to share with you that I made with the pear set. Sweet. And we are doing a fun fold right out of the gate tonight. So let me get all my stuff out. Whew, I think I'm ready. It's kind of warm in here tonight. Other things cause cavities too. Thank you very much, Sherry. Right? But I know it's from the candy. Let's be real. Okay, hang tight. I'm going to switch this over. Thank you so much. Anne loves my t-shirt. It says live in the sunshine. Anne gave this t-shirt to me and I wear this all the time. And I think I've had it for like 3 years, haven't I, Anne? I love this shirt. Live in the sunshine. And I do as much as possible. Yeah, we still don't have a swimming pool, but that's another story that we don't want to get into because it makes me angry. We'll stay happy tonight. Okay, here comes my dad. All right, and you can still hear me, so that's a huge bonus. Okay, here we go. The Painterly Pairs Designer Series paper is absolutely gorgeous. Here's our Perfectly Pairs bundle with matching dies. I've also got white embossing powder, Versamark. Ink pads we're using tonight. Secret Sea, Darling Duckling, Petal Pink, and Old Olive. And you can see all of those colors right here on our designer paper. I've also got the low profile sparkle dots that are so, so pretty. And they really do sparkle, you guys. There's lots of sparklies in them. Old Olive, I think it's Old Olive. Yep, Old Olive Stampin' Right markers. The beautiful Mossy Meadow and Gold. Gorgeous ribbon, part of the suite. And some Wink Stella. Don't forget to do the Wink Stella. I don't know why I have such a hard time with that. It's just makes me crazy. But I am going to hang out my dimensions here so I seem like I'm just super smart on the ball, ready to rock it. And get out all my bits and pieces. Here they come. Wow. So like I said, this is a fun fold. And I've got a medium basic white envelope here. I've got, Wendy says she absolutely loves this suite. I know, it's funny because when this first came out, I heard from some other demonstrators. They're like, oh, I don't know about the pairs. But just like happens so often to me, it's like, I don't know about that. And then you see all these gorgeous, beautiful things made, and then you have to get it because that's what happens to me all the time. So I have my card base is Secret Sea. And remember, you guys, that this, when I get done with this, you'll find my blog address right at the bottom of this video right now. When I get done with all of these cards, you need to give me a couple hours so that I can get everything photographed, edited, loaded on my blog. There will be a blog post with all of these dimensions on it. All of the, like I said, product list, pictures of everything. It's a great place to go reference. You can always go back to my blog and find all the projects that I've done for my live videos or for my not live videos. So Secret Sea, 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. Then I've got a piece of this designer series paper, and I'm going to show this to you kind of in its entirety. This is one of those big sheets that has just the printed beautiful pears and flowers around the outside, 12 by 12 sheet, right? And the other side looks like this. So we're going to use this side on the big piece. Then I've got this one. We're going to use the front. And this is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And you know what? I think I accidentally cut up my olive green layer and used it for die cutting. So let me grab another one. Like, Kelly, what were you thinking? Oh, that one's got a score line in it. We don't want that. So I am going to get out a piece and cut that 4 by 5 1/4. And this is Old Olive. 5 1/4 by 4. Here we go. Oh, I'm going to need this anyway, so I'll leave my paper trimmer out here. Let me get my drawer closed so I don't trip and fall. Okay, so 4 by 5 1/4. Again, 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. Then we've got this one is 4 by 12. I'm almost done with the layers we're going to need to make our card. This is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. This is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. And I just picked a piece of this paper, again, that I liked. And that's going to go on the inside of our card. So I'm going to set that aside. Then we've got scraps. We've got
Secret Sea, Misty Moonlight, Basic White, Old Olive, and Petal Pink. So I'm going to set those scraps aside for just a minute. We're going to get our scoring done. Remember I said I scored this at 5.5. So let me get that done there. We've got to score this one. And if you watched my video last week, oh, I have to share that card with you too. Yeah, if you watched my video last week, this is the same type of fun fold, just using a whole different suite of products, which is something we do at the Stamp Happy Academy. Stamp Happy Academy is a website that me and my friends Barb and Dina run. It is the best stamping website in the whole world. We're a little, I was going to say jealous, but we're not jealous. Biased. That's what I was looking for. We're a little biased, but it is really amazing. And that's what we do is we take layouts, we take fun folds, and we'll make 3 to 4 different cards using the same fold or the same layout. And it's just a great way to get your creative juices rolling good. And you can see how different the cards are. We're going to score this at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So 1-inch increments starting at 3, going all the way up to 9. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Pretty easy. And then we are going to make this an accordion fold. So this is the bigger panel right here. We're going to fold that in. And I like to make sure that it's good and even on the edges here. And then we're going to go back and forth. This is an accordion fold. So I'm just going to keep going like this. Oops, that one got crooked on me. Hang on. There we go. And back. It's hard to see on the designer paper what your score lines are, but if you tip it in the light, you can see pretty good. So here we go. This is what we end up with. Okay. I see I'm a little off here. Don't worry about that. It's not a big deal. I don't think. And if it does end up being a big deal, you could trim a little bit off of here. So no biggie. Now, one of these is going to go right here. So I'm just going to kind of line this up, see what it looks like, because I was off a little bit. And then the other one is going to go over here, and it's going to look just fine. Not going to make a bit of difference. So we're going to set that aside. We're going to do a little bit of stamping now. Let me get out one of my little sheets here. This is one of our piercing mats. I love to use these to stamp on. It's the perfect give but firmness for stamping. So I'm going to stamp with Secret Sea. Whoops. I'm going to move this out of the way so I don't dip it in my ink pads. Here comes Secret Sea. And I love the sentiment in here that says a good friend is a gift. And before I forget, this is another one of the projects. I'm going to get my head over this so I can make this straight. Another one of the projects that I did at that stamping event in Appleton when I was a presenter. And so I'm like, oh, this works out really good because, I was a little crazy busy going on vacation and stuff and then I had to watch the kids all day, which I wasn't planning on. Again, I used Secret Sea there, but Haley, yeah, you have to make a dentist appointment a million years in advance. That's a little dramatic, but you know what I mean. Million years in advance. Okay. Oh, wait. As long as we're here, we're going to do this envelope too. So I'm going to use my Secret Sea here. I'm going to stamp that big pair on my envelope. And we're also going to use that one. We need our outline of our leaves here. And that fits right in that little divot. There was a little opening there for that part of the pear. Okay. I'm going to set that aside. Now I'm going to bring in my Old Olive and my Darling Duckling. Here's my 2 little pairs. I'm going to stamp that, and I'm going to bring in a sponge dauber and get some old olive on there. And I'm going to do sponge dauber that around the outside bottom of my little pairs here. So I'm going to get my face right in here. Look at how cool that looks, right? Oh, I love this. Love it, love it, love it. We're going to do that with the big one also. And our sponge dauber. There we go. I just huffed on that one a little bit. I'm off a little. Oh, that turned out great. Look at, pairs never are real uniform, and I think this is absolutely perfect. Then we're going to take this, and this is our envelope, remember. We're going to take this in the old olive. And, oh, look at that. I didn't even have to stick my head all the way in there. So that's our beautiful envelope. Isn't that so, so pretty? Oh my gosh. Okay. I think we're done with this. And we're done with this. I'm going to take my markers. There is not a 2-step stamping for these little leaves. So I'm just going to color them with my old olive blends. We got the dark one. And then a light one. And Steve and Jared and the little kids. One day they took the kids, the next day it was just those 2 went out fishing. And they didn't catch anything. They got 1 bite in those 2 fishing adventures. It was just too warm out. It was so warm. The first 2 days of our camping trip was in the 90s with like 90% humidity. It was absolutely wonderful. Hateful to most people, but I loved it. Okay, so we've got that done. Isn't that pretty? Just so easy and so pretty. And then we need to take our white scrap. We're going to take our white scrap. We're going to do petal pink because that's the color of the flowers that is in the designer paper. We'll bring that back in here. So we've got petal pink little flowers. There's some yellow ones in there too. So I am going to stamp 3 sets of these. And you want to spread them out good enough so that you can get a die in there to die cut them. And then I'm going to bring in, I'm going to bring back that secret C. And then here's the little dots for these flowers. Now it's going to come out. There we go. Okay, I'm going to pull this in here a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. Try to get these in the middle. They're pretty easy to do. Aren't those just so cute? And you could color these if you wanted to, but I'm just going to leave them white with the outline of the petal pink. Okay, so I have this done. Then let me bring in my scraps. And this is what we're going to do with all these scraps. I'll show you what I'm going to do. Here's my dies right here. Just tuck them off to the side. Oh, one more thing we have to do first. Hang on. We'll get to that in a second. I'm going to take my embossing buddy and my Versamark ink and I've got the white embossing powder. This is from the Basics Wow embossing powders. You get white, black, and clear. And I'm going to take the Hello and the Friend. So we've got Friend right over here in Versamark ink. And then Hello. Again, you want to space these out so you can, we're going to be die cutting them. And we'll do this. There we go. That turned out really good. Close up the embossing powder before you start blasting anything. Just a little warning there. Okay, it's going to get loud. I'm going to look over my messages here. Laura says she loves that you can dauber extra color on the pears and make it look real. They do look real too. Like they are so pretty. So you can see this turning. As soon as it turns glossy and you don't see any more powdery look, it is done. So we've got both of those done. Now we're going to do all of our little bits and pieces. Oh, and bring these back in too. So there's a whole bunch of dies in here. We're going to use this little triangle. We're going to do the hello and the friend. We're going to die cut both of those with that. We are going to die cut one of these intricate leaves out of this and this and this. So we need 3 different colors of leaves. Then we're going to take these little flowers and we are going to die cut that on a scrap of white. Am I using it? Oh no, that's not right. On a scrap of petaled pink. And then we're also going to take this hash mark and do it on the secret C. And, and our flowers. So this goes on here just like this. We're going to die cut each one of these. We're going to get all of those done. Wow, it's really getting warm in here. I've got my fan on over there too, but I'm starting to glisten just a touch. Hang tight. And I will bring all of these out here. Doo-doo-doo. Wow. That's a little pile of goodies, isn't it? Okay. And then we're going to put this whole thing together. So I'm going to leave those over there. Where did my big piece go? Right here. Okay. This is going to go on the inside. So I'm going to get this in here. We've got it just like this. Okay. And I am going to add glue to this side. Gosh, I think I might be having like a hot flash here, you guys. It's crazy. I am really starting to sweat. Whoops, that was a little bit too much glue. Hang on, If you leave too much glue on designer series paper, have you ever done that? And then you get worms. Like you don't get worms, but your paper will have raised lumps on the other side of it because less is better with glue. I got my BB wipes out here so I can wash my hands off. Okay, now we're going to take this, we're going to keep it folded up, and we're going to put it right up here. Just like that, trying to get the margins right here. I really think I should have cut just a little bit of this off on the end. Let's see what happens. This is going to go over here, but we're going to do it a much easier way than what I'm showing you right now. So yeah, I think I'm going to cut just a tiny bit of this off. Remember, mine was a little crooked. I don't know what I did. But if you need to make a little adjustment, just make a little adjustment. I could regret this, but I'm brave. I'm a risk taker. I just fell on the floor. Oh, my glue. Okay, so here we go. Yep. See, now it's even. It's not hanging over the end there. We'll see if it looks good on the other side. Again, not much glue. Now you're going to just hold this down and you're going to close your card like magic. It's pretty sweet. Oh, Wendy has the cooling spray. You know what? I lost my cooling spray. Okay, I'm going to move this just a little bit. I want to straighten this out. It's got a little crooked here. And I can move it. Okay, look at that. So we want the same margin over here, same margin over here. Everything looks great. This is how your card goes. Now, it's all about decorating everything. So let's take this and we are going to glue our designer paper. And this is the fabulous thing to do with this layer of paper that has the floral pear images all the way around the outside, right? Is to use it like this. And then we're going to put this. Now, this is a portrait. This is a landscape. So the card that I made last week was Landscape? Yes, and I'll show that to you in a minute. This one is going to be portrait. I feel like I want to take my shirt off, but that's X-rated. This is a family show, and we can't be doing that. But I'll tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to take a drink, and I'm going to have you guys take a drink also. I'm going to run and get a hair clip because I'm literally sweating like crazy. Wow. Okay, guys, thank you very much for your patience. Hair clip in hand. Wow. And you know what? I bet you it's the lights in here because I have a lot of lights on that it just suddenly got so hot. Ooh, that feels so much better. Okay, woo, we're back, ready to roll. Okay, so then what we're going to do with this is we are going to take this old olive leaf, and we're going to run this down about like this. I just want it to kind of come down in here, kind of like that. So I am going to snip this off. Woo, there we go. I'm going to glue this down. Make sure I'm still in my frame here. Oh, and a little bit right here. And see how little tiny amounts of glue that I used? You don't want that squeezing out all over the place. So I think what I'll do is I'll just bring that right down here. There we go. This I can use for something else at some point. Like don't throw that little leaf away because we can't throw anything away, right? Then I'm going to come in with our little labels that say hello friend. And I'm going to grab some dimensionals. And we're going to put them on. Oops. There we go. Set those aside. Now I'm going to bring these little flowers in. That's where I'm going to use the Wink of Stella. So we're going to color those because these are going to sparkle so pretty. So pretty. And then I'm going to add a little bit of glue to the back here. Yeah, I was really lucky. I was thinking about that today. With all of the activities going on this summer and being gone on vacation, like, good grief. I am so thankful that I was invited to be a presenter at that Appleton event, because that made me have to make up all these projects. And then I had them ready when time gets really slim, right? Because I'm gone on vacation or I have to go visit my mom. So that was pretty nice that I was able to have all that done ahead of time to be able to continue my videos with you without making myself insane, right? Most of the time I'm pretty insane, but you know what I mean. It's a whole thing. Okay, so we've got our hello friend, and then I'm going to come right down here and just drop that one right there. Isn't that so pretty? I just thought that was really, really neat. Then let's take our ribbon and we're going to feed it through here. Maybe. Yep, we are. Oh, I see a piece of my hair in there. That won't look good. Nobody needs any of that. You guys, I have been shedding like crazy lately. And I said something to Haley and she's like, oh, me too. She usually sheds a lot because she's got her dad's hair. He's bald now, but he had super duper curly hair. Now she's calling her hair, the style of curl that she has is ramen noodles. It looks like ramen noodles when you first open the box. That's what she says. So she straightens her hair most of the time, but she's got super thick hair. And she said she has been shedding like crazy too. My hairbrush is full every day when I brush my hairbrush is just full of hair. And I'm like, what in the heck is going on? I was glad she said that to me because I was starting to think like maybe something was wrong. Like, why is my hair falling out? But yeah, she said she's losing a lot of hair right now too.
Okay.
Here's our cute little bow with that beautiful ribbon. I'm going to grab my ribbon scissors here. Now, if you're kind of persnickety about your ribbon and you want it to lay a certain way, you can use mini glue dots, and you can put a mini glue dot under here and make it stick right there. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I like to do that. I'm not going to be too weird about this one. Okay, maybe I am. Maybe I'm going to be a little weird. We went by one of my old teachers from when I was in high school also lives in Hatfield, and we drive by her house all the time. And a funny little story, I remember she was our Phi Ed teacher. She's in her 90s now, and just the sweetest, nicest lady, funny lady. And her husband was my biology teacher. He passed away several years ago. But okay, so I just put a mini glue dot under there so that stays there. So now we've got all this prettied up. Now we have to decorate this. So we were just got done with Phi Ed class. And I don't know, I said something funny to her. And she just looked at me and she goes, Flynn, because that's my maiden name, Flynn, you're weird. And I can still remember that. I go, yep, I am. That was not insulting. Okay, so we've got this down here. And then we're going to use this side, and we're going to put that right up here. And these were those 2 3/4 by 3 3/4 inch pieces. Isn't that so pretty? Now we need to decorate this. And here's what I did. I took this like screen or hash mark or whatever you want to call it. It kind of looks like a screen, right? Put a little bit of glue on it. And I'm going to put that right in here. Now make sure you don't have any glue coming off the back here, right? Because we don't want our card to stick together when we close it. So only put glue where it needs to be. And then I'm going to take a set of these little flowers. And I'm going to add some glue here. And I'm going to put those maybe right here. That looks good. I got some glue on my finger. Okay, so we've got that going on there. Then I'm going to grab this one, and I'm going to put this right in here. So I don't want any glue behind these leaves up here, just from here down. So add a little glue here, a little there, a little there, a little there. There we go. Now, put that right on there. Just going to hold it here for a second so it has time to stick. And then I'll take another set of these flowers. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you, Judy. You guys are so sweet. Yes, Shelby just said, are you talking about the Finneys? Yes, I am. Mary Finney. And so Haley ran into her when we were at Hatfield, and she goes, my mom says she's always going to stop in and see you. And she said, you tell her to come over and see me. But when we went over there, there was nobody home, like when we went through that way. And then I think what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to cut this off a little bit. I don't want it to be just the same, right? I just want it to be a little bit different. So I'm going to cut it right there. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut it. I am going to do my little placement thing. Yep, I think that looks good. So I don't want to put any glue on the back of that flower, or leaf. I mean, did I say flower before I meant leaf? You guys know what I mean. Kelly says one thing, you know what she means. Okay. Here's this other one. Yeah, Shelby went to Millsville High School too, so she knows what I'm talking about with Mrs. and Mr. Finney. Mr. Finney was the funniest guy. He was so funny. We all just loved him. And of course, Mrs. Finney. She was just super sweet. She put up with his crazy antics. Okay, there we go. Wow. Right? Okay, and all of this just closes up in here, just like that. I'm going to put embellishments on the front. I was telling everybody how nice it was to see you and Carol at the camper. And Shelby just moved back to the area from Missouri. She was down there living by her son, and she came back to Wisconsin. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to do one right here. These are those low profile sparkle dots that are just so pretty. They're very sparkly. Oh, so pretty. Hey guys, here it is. Ready? Here it is. Here's our perfectly pairs. Look at that. What do you think? Isn't that so pretty? Now you'll notice when I'm closing this up, I'm kind of putting my thumb in here because sometimes it doesn't want to do that. So I'll put my thumb in here just to guide it. But this lays flat in the envelope, mail away. Don't forget the Wink of Stella and those little flowers. And again, this is an entire suite in the online exclusives category. If you go to my blog later tonight or tomorrow, probably tomorrow is better, www.AStampAbove.com, you are going to find a link that'll take you right to that suite. And here is a picture of all of the things. You've got the beautiful paper, the bundle and the dies and the ribbon and the low profile dots. So let me see if I can remove that. There, look at that. I did it. Can you still hear me? Yep, you can. Yay. Okay, winning. Now, last week, I told you I'd bring these back in. Last week, this is a portrait layout. This is a landscape layout. This was the card. I think I forgot to play with this last week. But I've also got some Wink of Stella on the little fairy's wings there. And I put a wobble in there, you can see. And she wiggles. And then this was the other one that I made with the same dimensions. Whoops, let me get this back over here. Dimensions and different suite of products. And I'm pretty sure that this is the Spooky Halloween. This is also an online exclusive product, a whole suite. Beautiful petunia pop ribbon, the designer paper, the dies, all the things. So there we go. Here's my envelope. And then speaking of last week, well, let me bring you back here. So this is what we do in Stamp Happy Academy. We make a template. So this is not a full card. It's just a template. And we do the whole inside here, right? And then we keep the dimensions all in the back here. And so I have a whole drawer full of these. And again, Stamp Happy Academy. You can find that at www.stamphappyacademy.ning.com, or you can just do a search for Stamp Happy Academy. Here's the layout card that I made last week. And super, super cute with the Spooky Halloween. Isn't that fun? All tricks, no tricks, all treats. Super cute. And then these are the iridescent treat bags, and you can see they're really iridescent-y. They're very pretty with my favorite candy corn and that petunia pop iridescent ribbon. And then some of the tags and the die cuts that are in the pack of Spooky Sweet Designer Series paper. And I colored my foam sparkle stars with the green Stamp and Blend marker to make them whatever color I wanted. So what a little trio, huh? Super cute. Okay. And now I'm going to set this aside and we are going to, I think we've got another embossing thing today. Where did my embossing powder go? Do you see that? What did I do? Oh, here it is. It's way over there. I'm going to leave that right up here. And the verse marks. We'll need that. But I'm going to put the rest of this stuff away so we can, let me get my dauber here, so we can make the next card. Okay. Oh, I was going to show you. This was a swap card that I made. This is also on my blog from a while back. I put some score lines on either side of this, on this petaled pink layer here. Isn't that so pretty? Yeah, this is just a beautiful, beautiful suite of products. I absolutely love it. And I have a pear tree in my backyard, so that helps too, right? That's important. It's an important little tidbit. Okay, next up, I have a fun matching little treat thing to make for you. It's actually a little gift bag. So I've got some tissue paper. I've got a 6x6 of the Painterly Pear Designer Series paper. Painterly Pears. I don't know what Painterly means. Does anybody know what that means? Because I have no idea. Hi, Charlene. Welcome. So happy you're here. Yes, candy corn is at Walmart, Luann. I saw it there too. Mine is from last year, so it's not that great, but I still ate some of it. Because why not? Then I have the Baker's Twine Essential Pack. I'm going to use some white Baker's Twine, perhaps. Oh, and I need that ribbon back. Let me grab the ribbon. Here it is. I'm going to use a little bit of this too. Okay, so what we're going to make here is a little treat bag. Super duper easy. This is a 6x6. And we need to figure out which is going to be the top. So that's important on this bag. If you have a random pattern that it doesn't matter like this, no big deal. But when we have pairs, I don't want them to be upside down. So I'm going to score 1 inch from the top. So this is going to be my top. I'm going to score at 1 inch. And then 1.5 on the other 3 sides. So I am going to go up to 1.5. This is our top. I scored at 1 inch. Now 1.5. 1.5. 1.5. And 1.5. Andy stopped over today and she told me that, oh, you know what? I think I need 2 pieces of this, don't I? I do. She told me that she had her last day of work last week. So that's pretty exciting. Let me look at this. I got to get my paper out and cut another piece. That's pretty darn exciting because I told her, I said, oh, now we're going to be able to go out to lunch. And she goes, yeah, I know. Because she's my little lunch partner. She likes to go out to lunch. Oh, you know what? I don't have any more of this paper. So, in this package, hang on, I'm still looking through all the papers. Hang on a second, I'll grab another pack. Well, how about if we just use a different pack or a different pattern? Let's do this one. We'll do that one. I'll put this one back. I've got more packs of this paper, but they're not opened yet. All the things. Okay, 6x6. Let's start over. Reset. That's what we're doing. Reset. 6 by 6. I forgot that I needed 2 pieces of that. No, I didn't have another whole one in there. Nope. Okay. Here's our 2. Oh, then I still need this. So now, again, we have to figure out the top. This is going to be my top, and this is going to be my top. So this is going to be 1 inch. Sorry about that. I wasn't thinking. And then 1.5 on the other 3 sides. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. And then this is going to be my top. So we're going to do 1 inch. 2, or this is 1.5. 1.5. And 1.5. So anyways, yeah. Andy's like, yeah, no, I'm looking forward to some lunch. So we'll have to do that soon. We'll have a good time with that. Okay, so I'm going to do this to the outside. Your 1 inch comes backwards. This is going to be the outside. This is just the top rim. And then we have to cut. So I'm going to cut from the top up on that score line to that other score line. Okay, and then cut out just a little sliver of pie. That's the way I always look at it, little sliver of pie. If you can't see your score lines, fold them a little bit. It makes it a little bit easier. So a little piece of pie. Okay, and we're going to do that on this one also. This is the bottom. Cut up. And I take the sliver of pie off the tab, not the actual box or bag. I just folded it a little bit there so I could see better. Little piece of pie out of there. Yay. Okay. Fold the top. Whoops. Goof that up, but now we saved it. Top is going back. And then we're going to fold each one of the sides in. Just like that. And the bottom up. We're going to do that for both pieces. There we go. And then here. Okay. And then all we're going to do, hold this back out, is we're going to put these sides together just like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of glue under this flap. So I want that to stay together. I'm going to do that on each side. Whoops. Hang on. There we go. Stay together. I'm going to do the same thing here. A little bit of glue on that flap. Just on the ends. I don't care about the rest of it. It'll lay down nicely. Okay. So now we're going to glue these together. This one is going to go just like this. Okay. Just like this. I'm going to put some glue on here. I'm going to come in here, even up those corners, make sure that everything's looking good. Okay, that looks good. Square everything up. And this one's got a little crooked here before it dries. And then we're going to do the same thing here. And now all we need to do is put our glue on this tab and hold it down. Wow, I really cooled off. I must have been having a hot flash, you guys. I put my hair up and now I'm all cooled off. Okay. Look at this. Wow, right? Now this is going to be the back where I can see those edges coming this way. This will be the front. So I want to pay attention to that when I put my tabs in to make sure that this piece goes this way, like the sides went that way. Does that make sense? I'm kind of weird about that. I like it to all look really nice. We should all want it to look really nice, right? So again, this is going to go down first. This is going to go down last. Set that down in there, make that stick. Oh my gosh, look how pretty that is. Now, what are we going to do with it? It's all about the decoration from here, right? So, what I did, I got my little piece here. I've got a scrap of petal pink. And I am going to grab my Secret Sea ink. I'm going to bring my stamp set back in here. I got rid of it a little too soon. And I'm going to put a thank you on here. Now, you can do any sentiment you want, but I'm going to do thank you. And then, here's my dies. I'm going to take this die. This is a longer one. We had the shorter one here. Now we have a longer one. I'm going to take this die and I'm going to die cut this. Shelby said she made a lot of these when she was doing the farmer's market in Missouri to put jewelry in when I sold it to my customers, right? What a great little gift bag. Okay, so I'm going to die cut that. And here comes that. Let me put this back. Then I took this leaf image and die cut an old olive leaf. And I took the little cluster of flowers that we used on our card. I'm trying to get it out right now. Hang on. Here we go. Cluster of flowers. And I die cut some white flowers. So I got all that done. Let me put this back. And this back. Now I want to, add this with some ribbon, with some twine to my cute little gift bag here. So I think what I'm going to do is I think I just want to tie a bow. Let's see how that looks. Let's just tie tie a nice size bow on here. I'm going to use my bow jig because, well, it's easy. I don't have any more of these in stock yet, so if anybody's looking for them, you'll have to make your own. There we go. It's just holes in a piece of wood with some nails. That's all there is to it. Pretty simple. I know it's easier if I sell you one, but I don't have any. And I mentioned to Steve one time that he could make these, and his reply was no. So that was the end of that. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to put this on here with the mini glue dot. Before I do that, I want to decorate up this little tag. So I brought in my my little hole puncher. You could use your take your pick tool to punch a hole, whatever you need to do. But I'm going to do my little hole puncher here. And then I'm going to put some of this in it. But I had a hard time getting this through that little tiny hole. So that's when I brought in my braces flossers. I had braces so many times it'd scare you, and now my teeth are crooked again, and I need to do something again, but I just am dragging my feet because I got a bridge put in my mouth. I had a tooth crack and had to have it removed, which just really burned me up. Because I've spent so much money trying to keep my teeth. Anyways, long story short, I couldn't wear my retainers anymore, and the company that I went through to get my teeth straightened went out of business. So now I got crooked teeth again, whatever, right? Okay, so I think I'm going to do this. So I think I'm just going to leave this long enough so I can do whatever I need to with it, because I really don't have a plan yet, but I'm going to do that. And I think I'm going to tie this in a knot down here just because I think it'll look good. I could be wrong. I've been known to be wrong a few times. Okay, I like that, right? That's kind of cute. And then I'm going to decorate this with this. So let's put some Wink of Stella on it. Where did that wink go? Right here. Because why not? Some Wink of Stella on our little white flowers. They're so pretty. When they're sparkly, they're even prettier. Then I'm going to, I'm just going to put some glue on the back right here. Okay, that's some. Wipe that on my clothes. Not on my shirt, Ann. I didn't wipe it on my good shirt, but I put it on my shorts. Ann got me this shirt. I love it too. I wear the shirt all the time for 3 years now. I have a lot of clothes that are really old because I love them. And oh, well, that didn't work out. Better let that set up a little bit more. Okay, I think I got it. And then I wanted to put this behind it, not like ginormous like this. So if I do this up there with that, then I want to have some leaves under there. So, oh gosh, I think I could go right like that, couldn't I? Why not? We'll do that. Okay, so I got to figure out where I'm gluing this on at. So I could tape it too. Here we go. I put some glue on the stem. And bring this right in here. Oh my gosh, I think I love this. This was genius.
Sandy says this is perfect for the bath and body soap she bought for gifts.
It's really good for gift cards. Like you could put a gift card in here with a little bit of candy, like one of those Ghirardellis. Wrap it in tissue paper, like Shelby said, jewelry, new car keys. I always go for the car keys. It's a thing. It's a thing for me. Okay, so we've got this. And then I'm going to bring this in here. Oh, I think I like it even better over there. Okay, so mini glue dots are going to be our friend here. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to try this. It may be just a really dumb idea, but I think it'll work. I'm going to do this. I put my mini glue dot right there. And then I'm going to come in and just squish my my twine into it. Oh, There we go. And then I'm going to put a mini glue dot on my little bow. I'm going to bring that right up here. Oh my good Lord, look how cute that is. And then I don't like this just like going all over. Do you like that sound effect again? And I'll do this. I'm going to put some mini dimensionals on here and make it stay in place, but look natural. There's the trick, right? Here we go. Don't on my little leaves. Oh my goodness, you guys, what do you think of that? Isn't that cute? So that's pretty fancy. Then you can stamp up your tissue paper to match. I am going to grab a gift card. I just happen to have a ton of them sitting over here. And put your little gift in here. Oh, I think I would use more than that. Oh, that didn't work out that good. Do one of these. This is how you make them look all fancy. Just like this. See how I just tucked that down in there? Oh my good grief, this is so cute. Let me find my embellishment. I love it when things just work, right? And I think what I'll do here is do I want to use a yellow one? I'll go with yellow because there's a tiny bit of yellow in that paper. I think that will look very pretty. What do you think? Little embellishment. Again, these are the low profile sparkle ducks that are so darn pretty. So now, whoops, gotta tuck that a little better. Now, oh, I showed you guys the flosser things, right? These are when you get braces, you have to go in between your braces. That's what these are. You can get these at any place, drugstore. So here is our little gift box. Here's the dimensions. Again, DSP at 6x6. You need 2 of them. Score 1 inch from the top, 1.5 inch on the remaining sides. And I use this for my presentation in Appleton at the Stampin' Up! Event also. So now not only do I have this cute little gift card, it could be Starbucks, it could be some candy. It doesn't have to be anything extravagant. And our beautiful card. It says, hello, friend. A good friend is a gift. Right? And then a little thank you or whatever you want to put on there. Could have put hello, friend on here too if you don't need a thank you. But
isn't that so cute? Oh, Cindy says she gets her flossers from her dentist. Well, good for you. My dentist doesn't give those away. What size was the DSP? 6x6, Diana. And again, you're going to find all of these dimensions and pictures of all of these, and they're right here. You can fast forward when the video is over, and you can fast forward right up to here where I finished making this. But these dimensions and everything will be on my blog also at www.AStampAbove.com. Terry says she's definitely making the box. Yeah, it's perfect. Little gift box, little gift bag. I'd say it's kind of like a little gift bag. You could pinch the sides in and make it look like a little bag if you wanted to, but I love these. I just think they're super easy. It's a great way to make a matching little gift idea to go with your card, whatever DSP you're using. Make that little gift bag. And don't feel obligated to spend $10 or $15 on a gift card. Just put some little candies in there. Put some little candies. Or, you know what? You can make some little cookies, and put them in a little bag, little Ziploc bag, and put a couple cookies in there with tissue paper and give that to your friend when you meet them for lunch or to go rummage sailing or whatever you happen to be doing. But yeah, I like this. I think this is a nice little set. Turned out very cute. Okay, what time is it? Oh gosh, it's 8:24 already, you guys. I'm gonna save my third card for next week, only because I have a whole bunch of mail to share with you, and I've already kept you for an hour and a half because we had a lot to talk about, right? So I am going to save my last card for next week. Thank you so much. Mary says the card and bag are stunning. Thank you so much. The little bag, Susan, is 6x6. And here are the instructions. You'll be able to fast forward to here
when the video is over and get all the details. You can do a screenshot right now if you need to. If you're on your phone, take a screenshot, and then you can touch the photo and blow it up to make it bigger so you can read it. But yeah, any of that will work. So this is going to be our projects for tonight. I did have another card, but it's going to take too long. It's going to take too long for me to do that tonight. So I'll save it for next Sunday. But I am going to go through my mail with you because, wow, you guys sure know how to make a girl feel special when she gets home. That's for sure. So first up, we've got Elaine Reback. I know Elaine is on here tonight. Look at this pretty card that Elaine made. Isn't that just beautiful? She got the dies from one of our drawings for the popcorn. So you are welcome, Elaine. Thank you so much for your beautiful card. Then I have, hang on a second, I got to open it. Whoops, something's falling out. Then I have a card from Shelly Sapp. Look at how pretty this is. Isn't that beautiful? And she uses the corrugated embossing folder, which I absolutely love on the front here. She says, hi, Kelly. Sharing an August swap card with optional greeting. And look at this is what fell out. Optional greeting. Enjoy our glorious fleeting summer. Shelly, you are the sweetest. But if I didn't want it to be a thank you card, I don't have to put this on here. But I could put this on here any place that I wanted, right? And she just included it and left it loose. Or I could put it right in here. What a great idea as a gift. That was so sweet of you, Shelly. Thank you so much. What a beautiful card. I'm going to tuck that right in there because I will use that. I love that. Next up, we have Belinda Kelly. Belinda, this is so pretty. I just loved this whole bundle of products. And it says, thanks. Thank you for the surprise Happy Mail, the shades of green hexagon embellishments. She didn't have any. Oh, you're so sweet. It says, I'm so glad to be on your team. You are a great team leader and even better person. Belinda, thanks for making my day. When I read this, I was like, wow, I sure feel special. That's for sure. Next, we have Tracy Levine. Look at this beautiful thank you card. She used that Extraordinary Flora. I'm going to be using that probably next week. I made a card with it, and then things went on back order, so I kind of held it. But I have a whole bunch of samples using this bundle of products. Thank you so much for the Happy Mail. I'm so glad I signed up with you. Tracy is one of my newest team members. She loves my tutorials, personality, creativity. Along with Dina and Barb, you make a great team. Inspiration for all of us to be better crafters. Thank you, Tracy. You are so sweet. I am so glad you joined my team. If anybody else is interested and have any questions, love to have you on my team. A lot of my team members are discount shoppers, and that is just fine. I will never push you to do anything more than that if that's what you want to do. Getting a discount is a great place to be. Melanie wants to know if this is the washi tape. It is. It's that really wide washi tape. And as long as you're asking me, I do. I have this sitting over here for like a month waiting. But this is the washi tape. It is huge. It's a huge roll of washi tape, and that's how she did all of these. It's so, so pretty. It's called Extraordinary Flora, and I will be using it next week for a pretty card that I made. And then I have a ton of, I believe I have a ton of swap cards using the Extraordinary Flora. So thank you for asking, Melanie. Okay, this one is from Peg Herrick. Look how pretty this is. Beautiful thank you card. She says, thank you for being a wonderful demonstrator. You went above and beyond. And Peg asked me for some help with something, and I was able to find the answer for her and share that with her. Peg, you are the sweetest. Thank you for this beautiful, beautiful card. I love the layout on this one. And of course, the paper is, very pretty. Next up, we've got Susan Guys. And hang on a second. Yay. Look at how pretty this is. This is designer paper, and she embossed it with that sunflower embossing folder. And it's so unique. I just love that you did that. And then she's got some, I think she used a dauber on here. There's that ribbon we used tonight. And Susan says, thank you for the gift. I love the plaster painting. She got the plaster painting folder. Really enjoy watching you and also Stampin' Academy. She says she's 75 and she enjoys stamping and gives most of her cards to her family and friends. Enjoy the grandkids. They will be grown up before you know it. Boy, don't I know it. Holy cow. Yeah, they'll be grown up and telling their brother that their feet smell like fried onions from the 90s. Oh my gosh, I don't know where that came from. Look how pretty this is. This is from my team leader, my upline, Ian Heidner. Thinking of you brings a smile to my face. And congratulations, you are #1 sales for the Stampin' Annie Stamper Group through the Stampin' Up! Third quarter. Woohoo! Yeah, thank you, Anne. This is a beautiful card. I love it. So pretty. Next up, Marlene Murphy. Oh my gosh, you guys, you are going to just die when you see this. This is so cute. This is Marlene's card to me. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Look at all these flowers on this little accordion. Isn't that so pretty? So pretty. And then look at these. Hang on a second. These were in here. They are dolphins. They're little wooden dolphins. Aren't they so cute? Oh my gosh. When I open that up, I'm like, oh my gosh. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to, Val and me and Dawson are going to paint these. And I think they will absolutely love that. So thank you so much, Marlene. These are just the cutest. I think me and the kids are going to have a lot of fun with these. Very, very pretty. Beautiful envelope to go with that. Gorgeous paper. Next is Linda Hopfinger. Linda, happy birthday, it says. Look how pretty this one is. Ready? What? Hope your day is a happy one. Look at that. It's your day. We got that cute little tag. And then we have because you're awesome. How sweet is that? Linda, you are just the sweetest. This is the coolest card. Absolutely love that. Those two little tags in there. So pretty, right? Okay, next. I know, I told you guys, I felt so spoiled. This is from Julie Cowles. Look at how pretty this is. I love what she did here. It's very simple, very clean and crisp, but it's so pretty. And this was the card that I just read. And this is a card to me from Julie saying that she knows that this is a really rough time right now. And this was like the most heartfelt, sweetest card. And you really touched my heart, Julie. So thank you so much. I so appreciate your kind words. Next up, Rhonda McGuire from Murdy, Missouri. Look at how pretty this is, you guys. She embossed the designer paper. I love this paper. Love that embossing folder too. To someone who makes others so happy. So she says, thanks for having so many ways to win fabulous prizes. This time I won the Make It Monday challenge for July. This is a challenge I have for my team. We have Mystery Stamping has prizes. Make It Monday challenge has prizes. Right now on the Stamp Happy Academy Facebook page, which is open to everybody, there is a color challenge I just posted on the 1st of August that you guys should join, because everybody who joins gets entered into a drawing, and we draw 2 names for some really fun prizes. As long as you submit a picture of your card that matches the challenge, again, color challenge, you will get entered in the prize drawing. Always fun to give away stuff. So she says, thank you for the Sunshine Vibe stamp set and the muted palette dots. You are so welcome, Rhonda. I'm so happy you won. Okay, one more, and then we're done. And then you're done. No, just kidding. Okay, so I have to show this to you. This is the cutest little thing. I got this little box in the mail. And I'm like, what could that be? Well, you guys know it was Shark Week, right? So fun. So here was my envelope. Here is my card. It's like an aquarium, right? And watch this. Ready? What? It's got a wiper. It's got a shark wiper on it. These are so cute. Oh my gosh. I just giggled and giggled. It gets better. Happy Shark Week. You're the best. This is from Sharon Chapa and Tracy Salo. Thank you for doing that, Tracy Salo. This is just, you can't stop playing with these kind of things. It's like the wobbler, right? So funny, but watch this. Also, in this little box, look at this thing. This, I literally laughed out loud. And they put instructions in, so I knew how to make this go. Ready? You got to pull it backwards. Ready? So I was going to get it out and let the kids play with it today, but I thought, nope, I got to wait till I show it to everybody. Watch this. It's Shark Week. This is going to be in my Shark Week stuff for the rest of my life. You guys are so funny. Tracy and Sharon, I can't even tell you how much joy this adorable little shark brought me. And the card. Whoops. Did I break it? Nope, I didn't. Whoop. Oh, gosh. All right. Well, you guys, I think that's it. Look at the mess I've made. It's always a mess in here. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to take pictures of the cards that I made tonight, the card in the gift box or bag, and I will post them on my blog. Right under the YouTube video is a link to the actual post for my blog, but it doesn't work yet, right? Give me an hour or so. It shouldn't take me that long to get those on there. But give me an hour, and then that link will work. You can go again to www.AStampAbove.com. I also wanted to let you know that we just finalized our mailing selector. If you are a demonstrator discount shopper, pre-order starts tomorrow for the new September through December mini catalog, which is another great reason to join my team, because as a discount shopper or demonstrator, which is the same thing, you get to pre-order a month in advance from our mini catalogs, our annual catalogs. We have brand new online exclusives coming out tomorrow. We have brand new kits coming out tomorrow, and we have the brand new September through December mini catalog. Again, only available to December, only available for demonstrators, discount shoppers. If you're on my team, you can start shopping tomorrow. So after I get this blog post done, then I have to figure out my wish list, and I've got it started so far. It says mini catalogs. But for those of you that have placed orders with me, hang on, I got a hair or something in my eye. For those of you that have placed orders with me in the last, I would say 6, 8 months, 12 months, $50 or more, you will be getting a mini catalog from me. They should start arriving around the end of this month. And if you're new to me and you would like a mini catalog, please pop me an email at Kelly, just a Kelly, @AStampAbove.com. Give me your address and I will add you to my list. So as soon as I get mini catalogs in the mail, because I'll order cases of them, I'll be able to mail those out to you. You didn't make my mailing list that I send through Stampin' Up, but just wanted you to know that. I also have just a few of the Charming Day online class packets left. This was our online class for July. It comes with ribbon, embellishments, designer series paper. If you order option 1, you also get a Wink of Stella, and option 1 also is with the bundle, the stamp set and the dies. So that is still available. And let me see if I can pull that down. We have Stampin' Bingo on August 20th. Make and take packets are available. We're going to be using the Painterly, or the Perfectly Pairs bundle with the low profile dots, the Painterly Pairs Designer Series paper, the ribbon. We also have another bundle that we're going to be doing during Bingo, and that is the Label Me Grateful bundle, which is this set of dies and a beautiful stamp set. If you would like to get your hands on that, under this video on YouTube is a link to see all the details to order the Make and Take packet. Again, on August 20th, we're going to be playing Bingo. We're going to play 6 games of Bingo. There will be 6 cards included in your Make and Take packet, along with the ribbon, the dots, the designer paper, and pre-cut cardstock to make those 6 cards. There's 3 live videos in the Bingo night, and then 3 pre-recorded videos showing you how to make the cards. It is super duper fun. There's nothing like Bingo and Stampin' together. August 20th, you must be present to win and play Bingo. Okay. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. When you place an order with me, no matter how much your order is, I do have a PDF file with 10 fantastic card ideas that I share with you. Got all the dimensions, pictures, instructions. And if your order is $50 or more, you not only get that PDF, but you also get a PDF with the video tutorials with 12 projects in it. I think there's 12 in that one. And this month we are featuring the online exclusives that came out last month. So lots of great ideas with those. As always, when you place a minimum $35 order with me, we have the Stamp Happy Party, which takes place on the second Wednesday of every month. That is a private live class that Barb, Dina, and I stamp together. We pick out a layout of fun fold, and we each make that same thing using totally different products. So it's a lot of fun. Again, minimum $35 order during the month of August will get you into the September Stamp Happy Party live class. That is a perk for being our customer. So, all right, guys, I think I have jabbered on enough. I'm just looking to see, again, if you need a catalog, let me know. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me. I'm always happy to help you. And I appreciate you spending the evening with me. I appreciate you sharing this video. Click on that like or that thumbs up button. That really helps me out. Leave a comment. That also helps me out. And orders, of course, are always, always appreciated. So I will be live again next Sunday, which is August 10th at 7 p.m. Central Time. I hope you can make it. And as always, thank you so much for taking time out of your evening to spend with me. Good night, everybody. I'm just reading through some comments here. What's your favorite out of the new catalog? Out of the new mini catalog, Diane? Diana, is that what you're asking me? Out of the new mini catalog? I do not have a favorite yet because I was camping for a week and I haven't even really gotten to absorb that yet. But when I'm done with my blog post tonight, that's where I'm headed, is into that online catalog. I'm going to get my wish list built so that I'm ready to place my order tomorrow morning, first thing. Ask me next week. I'll let you know. Have a good week, you guys. Bye-bye.